Hello, Internet, and welcome to the reboot of the Legends of Arcadia Genesis. I am super excited to see you all here today and to be playing with my lovely friends. We are sadly missing one Sean. He was kidnapped by his coffee grinder and may or may not be returned in the future. We all pray for his safety and well-being. But in the meantime, I am super excited to be playing with you all. How are you all doing today? It's been... I don't know, like a month it feels like for me, but maybe I just have a bad temporal presence.
How long has it been? I'm doing good. I've been for a walk in the place called Dun and Massey. It's like an old stately home with a garden full of deers. I saw about 100 deer today. It was nice.
Did you take pictures?
I didn't take any pictures. I did think of it.
God damn.
But we walked around there, just went for lunch, and now I'm back here. So that
sounds lovely. Yeah. Always good to have a walk along the deer.
True.
How the rest of you been? What's new with you guys?
I went to a wedding today, which is
why
we're starting
late.
late.
I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A Zoom wedding, really?
Yes,
Wow.
It was very nice. There was an adorable grandmother who kept asking questions and just commenting like before the wedding started on like everyone. Oh, I see so and so. I see this, and she was the only person talking, and she was just like doing the full grandma on a Zoom meeting at a wedding with like 50 individual like call-ins to the wedding, which each camera had like 2 to 4 people, and she was adorable as shit. And hearing the exasperated relatives being like, "Grandma, click on the view button in the top right corner," and then the gallery. It was so good. I loved it. And then the wedding was cool too. But the grandma was
That
the
is
MVP.
great. That is great.
All right.
Yeah, that's my story. That's what I've been up to.
That's your story? A great story. Anyone else have stories, or should we jump into game?
No
you guys
stories.
seem very close-lipped.
Same old.
I'm ready for your stories, Greg.
Yeah,
Totally ready for those.
stories in real life.
Oh, maybe. That's a lot of pressure. Anyway,
I mean,
we will...
not hard to do. Not hard
to do, is it? Okay. For those of you who may have missed it at the end of last session, I will be stepping into the DM's chair, and we will be starting today in the same area of the world. I believe this island is known as Bravo, but we will be starting about 100 years since the ending of the last session of Lag. Enough time for some societies to take root, a couple of generations to pass down some stories and traditions, and still fresh enough in the world's history to be interesting and malleable. We are starting far to the east of Hearthholm, in a city founded and known as Steep Water. It rests at the junction of a river and a large lake in the nearby area. To the north of it is the forest of the elves, the people of Astaire, the firstborn. But there is a bit of a treaty or something. There's an agreement that allows some of the forest to be utilized by the humans here in Steepwater, as well as the other races. And to the south, the Common Plains. We will be picking up our story at a festival of some sort. The people of Steepwater have a tradition of celebrating their local heroes, or the heroes that have traveled and stopped by in the town, known as the Heroes Festival. It is a grand kind of party. There are jesters in the streets, juggling, swallowing fire. There are large carnival games that are set up to be played and to be won. And there are, of course, lots and lots of food and stalls that give you drinks. Along with this time, a carnival has come to town to supplement all of this festivity, and there are large shows being put on with beasts, lions, leopards, a few elephants, there are seals. These things are set up around town. We'll zoom in on kind of the main attraction of this sometime around midday, as the Lord of Steepwater, Cassius, dark-skinned man who stands about 6'4", 230, 240 pounds, very large. He made his name adventuring once before and has been very much involved in keeping the festival going. And he introduces the festival to the waiting throngs, talks about its importance and about the heroics of the people. There are 4 heroes lined up that are being honored today, and he will allow each of you in turn to give yourselves the introduction of your heroic deeds and what we are celebrating here today. And so he first turns to a small gnomish person standing on stage who is dressed how, Nick? Tell us about your character, and you get the spotlight to tell us of your deeds and introduce yourself.
Sure. So my name is Nomon, a legendary gnomish wizard thief who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. And as he's got a sling, he's got a couple of daggers on his back, he's got his spell components, wears a hood up. He's standing there on the stage in the shadows, right? When he flings his hood back, revealing his, handsome gnomish face. He says, "It is I, Nomon, the hero of Steepwater. You will all know me for my great deeds across this town. In fact, this festival has been paid for by mine hand, for I stole the riches of the evil merchants living in the plains to the south and used his gold to pay for us all here today." And then he'll cast a spell and show like an illusion behind him, like a visual like story of how he stole this money, and it'd be really over exaggerated. It's got him like sneaking into the grounds of this noble merchant's house, like slinking past his dogs, using an illusion to like distract the dogs, thinking there was a cat, sneaking past them, climbing up the wall, breaking in, stealing all of his wife's jewels and all of his gold, and then using a featherfall spell to like fly off the roof to escape. And then they'll like cut to going to town and like throwing gold at all of the kids and, making everyone happy.
The crowd gasps and applauds and is well liquored up by this time in midday and finds your illusion to be absolutely phenomenal. Just,
Fantastic.
Oh, yes, Nomon, woo, the moneymaker. And that is an excellent introduction to your character. You step back, Lord Cassius claps you on the back. Well done. Your financiering has been quite profitable for town. Thank you very much. And next he turns to, I actually don't know the races of the other characters, so he'll turn to Faye and kind of raise his hand to you and ask you to regale the crowd with the stories of your heroism that we are celebrating today.
Right. So as this is happening, you see a youngish half-elf woman with a large mop of very light blonde hair on her head and entirely wrapped up in different skins and furs, right? She stands out quite a bit. The way she's looking, she's about 5'6". She seems to be on the skinny side, but it's hard to tell because she's just, she just has tons of furs and leather strapped on top of her. And she's like raising a hand towards the announcer as someone is coming to her and leaning in close and talking. And then that takes like a solid 30 seconds and she's nodding. And there's this awkward pause, right? Because like she's supposed to go on stage, but then nothing's happening. And then she just looks at the announcer and just does a motion and then disappears like from the stage because apparently someone was having like a terrible accident on a horse trick somewhere in the back area. And they probably need a healer. So she's like, rushing off the stage, doesn't have time for this right now and goes off to do some, medical duties in the meantime. But
if you give the big cut, Lord Cassius looks at you. The wonderful druid will be returning later, I am sure, to regale us of her tales. There's some business urgently that must be taken care of off stream. Instead, why don't we hear from you, young man? And he claps Koibu on the shoulder. Why don't you regale us of your heroism?
I will slowly walk up to the stage, holding a big leather-bound spell book under one arm. It's just this like thick leather that wraps all the way around it in multiple directions. It like weighs 5 pounds, even though it only has 100 pages in it. It's this like thick, heavy tome tucked under his arm. He'll come up to the stage and look out to the crowd, sort of emotionless on his face, and say, "Ahem, my deeds of heroism are not as flashy as the gnomes, or as community-oriented as the self-righteous druid. I have created all of my own spells, and no one has taught me anything. I've created entire new schools of magic and filled spell books with entirely brand new knowledge that has never been seen. My spells are entirely unique, entirely their own. I am here to share them with the world as I develop them more. I am a creator of great magics, and you will see it defending this town, even if it is not the most..." He looks over at the gnome. "Flashy of heroism moments. Thank you for
The crowd
listening to my
murmurs to
speech."
themselves and excitedly, "New magic! Oh, yes! That's always exciting. I wonder if he can cast down swarms of meteors and fire upon our enemies." And there's an excited murmuring through the crowd as your tales of magic and the promise of new and unseen things ripples through.
And as I leave the stage, I'll cast a 2nd level spell, Ball of Force. I fire a lavender ball of force, kind of just up into the air, not targeting any individual person. So just a big like...
Absolutely. The crowd oohs and ahs. Ooh, look at that. It's beautiful. And then it disappears like a firework silently. But you have well impressed the heavily boozed up crowd. And so the Cassius turns to the last person stepping on stage and asks you to regale yourself of, regale the town of your own heroics.
Faye kind of took my idea of bowing out of the stage.
Stolen.
But I suppose Rook timidly steps forward. He is unattractive and unassuming man. Short in stature, weak chin, and a patchy beard. Dressed in leathers, probably with an edgy leather hat. He's a bit of an outsider in this town. He lives in the woods, and I don't know that anyone would really like him around here, except that he is famed for having tamed the wolves of the woods and trained them and domesticated them, bringing dogs to the town.
You see the murmurs of the crowd as you step up. "Oh, this guy again. Well, you know, I do love Fido."
And he sort of bows his head and tips his hat. Says, "I'm Rook," and looks to this town of Cassius, somewhat timidly, not sure what to say.
Cassius claps you on the shoulder. Is like, well done, sir. You bravely spoke this time. I'm quite pleased. You know that we all love the dogs that you have brought to town. They have been most useful for our farmers. They have been most loving for our wives and children. I myself love my bear with all my heart." And he claps you on the shoulder. "Well, thank you so much for you braving the tribulations of introducing your heroism today." And he shoos you back. And he says, "Well, the Hero Festival would not be complete, of course, without our founding member. Please, everyone, give a rousing welcome." And he kind of scats back, or like casts his hand back to the stage, and emerging from it is a knight clad in golden armor, the bright sun blazoned upon it. He walks out with a swagger. "Oh,
Woo, yeah!
Says, well, I shall regale you of my heroism for this year. I have climbed the highest peak of the dwarves and done a wrestling with a great iron bull. I've tore from it its iron horns and gifted it to the fuel to the dwarves below, so that they would craft of it a great metals and works of wonder, and have agreed by my heroism to trade with the town. I look forward to challenging this year's Heroes of Crops to tests and feats of your prowess. There are many games around town. Can you dethrone my title of 5 championships this day in the festival? We will see. Everyone, go forth and enjoy, bask in my heroism and theirs. Enjoy the festival. And with that, the crowd cheers and roars and applause, chants of Drexel, Drexel, Golden Dawn, Golden Dawn. And the party commences in full sway. He swaggers off, giving a big wink at the daughter of the lord of the town, and they file off to begin taking part in the festival. So the 4 of you are the kind of people of honor in the town, and as such, there are many games and foods. You can enjoy the festival as much as you want, but there are 6 titles up for grabs based on different games and events. It is commonplace for the heroes to take part, to both test themselves against each other and against the townsfolk in a kind of fun way to see how they stack up. You are welcome to take part in any and all of this. How do you go about enjoying your town?
I wander over to the other heroes, say, wow, that Drexel sure is something, eh?
You say his name was Drexel?
He did. Well, the crowd did.
That's his name, yeah. Have you never seen him before?
Have we heard of Drexel? I guess I don't have a...
So far in this town, he is a pompous hero who dresses in all gold. He is known as the Golden Dawn. He has won 5 titles, refusing to participate in one of the games in every year of the Hero Festival, and is known to be a flirt and just generally, I don't know, unlikable, but the crowds and the common people are all about him.
Are you telling me you don't know Drexel, the Golden Dawn, the hero of the city?
I don't get out much.
Looks like an old man to me.
Old man.
You got something to say about him, Gnome?
I think he's great. He's a hero. He's what I would like to be one day.
Rook slips off to go find his dogs, which are waiting patiently, like at the side of the stage or backstage, and slips in the treat. What are the games or the...
Yes. As you look around town, there are many things available to you. On a large hill, kind of to the south of the city, just outside of its walls, there are 2 games that you can play. They hold a cheese rolling contest in which an enormous wheel of cheese is placed at the top of the hill, and all contestants gather around. As it is released, they chase after it. If you fall, you are out, and if you catch the wheel of cheese, then you are crowned Big Cheese, and you will be awarded with the gold of the buy-in for all the contestants. Opposite the cheese race, or the cheese rolling, there is the High Striker. There is an enormous boulder that stands there. Contestants gather around and pay in their dues to strike at the enormous boulder with a great hammer. The winner is granted the title of Boulder Basher if they get it all the way to the top of the hill and over, or if they raise it to the highest of all the contestants. There is a game of musical drinks in which a bard has an enchanted drinking contest held nearby the festival itself, as well as a large corn maze that is grown out in the plains around. Merryweather makes it each year a little different, a little more difficult, testing your intellect for, of course, a price. There is a tall tale telling contest to see your stripes as a performer and a charismatic teller of tall tales. You have performers from the carnival in fancy dress and props ready to improve upon your tall tailing. And of course, the bucking mad bronco, which will attempt to dislodge any unwary riders to be crowned the Horse Whisperer. As you kind of take a look around, you will see Drexel walk past, arm in arm with the daughter of Lord Cassius, and he kind of proclaims out loudly enough for all of you to hear, "Come with me, Jasmine. I will show these poor sops what a real hero is like at the carnival." And he parades past all of you.
I look at the gnome. This is your hero? This pompous
look at
guy?
him. Well, he might be a bit pompous, but look how shiny his armor is. Everyone loves him. Nobody's even heard of you. What did you say your name was?
I'm Koibu. What was your name? Short stuff?
I'm Nomon. The greatest hero. One day I will be the greatest hero. Koibu. It's a silly name.
Yeah, well, so is Nomar.
Nomon.
I'm sorry. No is no man as well. You're a spellcaster, right? You got anything good?
Illusions, my friend. Truly, my spells are to enhance my escapades, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor.
That
you look
seems
like you
like
could use a few coins yourself there. You want some copper?
Hey, you don't need to talk down to me. I was about to say that that's a noble pursuit, but
Oh, thank you. I do my best. You see, people always look down on gnomes, but I'm going to do good. People are going to look up to me one day.
I know what to get you for your birthday now.
A ladder?
Pair of stilts.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
So, how do we do this? You just want to beat Drexel? Maybe we can. He won 5 of the 6 last year. We only need to really win like 2.
I kind of want to beat him just because he's pissing me off.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Ren is coming back and she's cleaning her hands off, and she's looking at the rest of the people and she says, "Oh, did I miss the big announcement?"
Very conveniently. Did you stage that horse accident?
Why would I do that? That is a terrible thing to say.
Get out of having to do public speaking. It's one of the great fears of the world.
Oh, is it? I wasn't aware, but I will take notes on that for next time. Which
So
one is the which one is the
That
you were
one.
talking about? Which one is the contest he did not win last year? I'm sorry, I'm not aware.
For anyone who has been in the city and during a prior year's festival, you will know that the Paladin of the Golden Dawn does not ever take part in the drinking contest, as it would be unfair, as he is unable to be affected by the poisons of the drink.
His gods protect him from drink. He can't get drunk, so he didn't do the musical drinks contest.
Oh, I see. I guess that makes sense.
Well, that gives us 1. If one of you guys are good drinkers, that it's not much of me. I'm not sure I can win that one.
Yeah, it's not my strong suit. I look over to the ranger. Maybe that guy.
The ranger's like currently like licking his dog's face or something like that.
He looks like he could. He looks like he could take
has-
anything into his belly and be
Clearly has the
fine.
constitution of a wild animal.
How much is it to participate in the contest?
For us, the heroes, it's free, surely.
It is, in fact.
Ha
Oh, look at the gnome. Very
So-
smart.
Do we need to have a winner, or do we just need to make sure he doesn't win a certain number of competitions?
We should try and win.
Well,
I think we should participate in all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason not to?
No, we should, but we're here to win, not to embarrass Drexel.
Maybe that's your motivation here. I don't care about winning this contest, but this Drexel dude has got to lose. He's got to lose. I will back any of you if it means making this guy go down.
Well, I think I could win the maze, maybe. I can tell a tall tale.
Okay.
Not much at smashing rocks or drinking, though. Racing cheese down a hill.
I mean, you just have to tumble faster than the cheese and then catch it at the end, right?
I guess so. You know, I just want to point out that's a real thing in some town in England. I don't know if that's where you got it from, Greg.
I did, actually, yeah. I Googled obscure English festivals and picked a couple, and then cut a couple because I realized I had 14 carnival games, and I was like, we should do like less than that.
It was a
Made a lot of carnival games, okay? I had fun.
It was maze, cheese, drinks, rocks. What was the fifth contest?
Maze, cheese, drinks, rocks, the mad bucking bronco,
And tall tales.
the tall tale telling.
First story.
Yeah, so I think I could do something in the maze.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, our strongest party member should be the one doing the rock, no?
I look around at the assembled party members and try and figure out if anyone here has the strength to manage this project.
None of you look as strong as Drexel.
What is with you and this Drexel guy? Why do you idolize him so much? He's just a dude.
He's a hero, Koibu. He's a hero. The whole town loves him.
Hero is a meaningless title that people apply after the fact just in order to, glorify someone. Who needs the adulation of these peasants?
You're such a cynic.
Oh my god. Why do you care what they think about you or any of these people? Fucking.
So I think Rook has grown tired of the Wizards pissing match and has slipped off towards the plains.
Absolutely.
I don't think he's particularly interested in participating in any of the games, but I think he will inadvertently wander into / towards the corn maze or the Bronco on the edge of town and just accidentally find himself participating in one of these contests.
Absolutely. Yeah. As a hero, you are welcomed into either of them.
Yeah. So I think he just the Wizards are going at each other and there's a big crowd here in town. So he just finds himself instinctively wandering out to the outskirts of town, which is where the maze is. And because there's no admission, he finds himself wandering into the maze.
You see just this halfling Merryweather with his big corn pop pipe, oh, come to find my maze. Go right in.
Does he allow dogs into the maze or would that be cheating?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to see your lovely pups in again. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right. So you take upon the maze. So the way the maze works is it winds and twists the corn high and all. It seems as if almost magically grown. Its name is quite apt. As you contest through it, we shall make intelligence checks each round. On a failed intelligence check, no progress is made through the maze. You find yourself in a dead end. You are lost. On a success, the total check is added to your...
Sorry, I'm an outlander. I can't get lost.
This is a magical maze and it twists and turns around you. And we're also not playing 5e, so I think you're in trouble. On a success, the total of the check is added to your progress, and the contestant who reaches 100 total progress in the fewest rounds clears the maze fastest and wins the title of Maze Master.
All right. So I guess int is not my strongest suit, but I'm pretty well rounded. So I guess I'm making int checks, right?
Absolutely.
And skills don't matter here.
If you have a skill that you'd like to apply or come about this in a creative way, talk to me about it.
I do have direction sense, and I've got my trained dogs, but I don't know that I really want to.
All right.
Metagame that or cheat, or maybe even the magical nature of the corn maze makes my direction sense not particularly useful.
That is kind of a thing that is part of the maze. It has a strange enchantment to it as it twists and turns, making it particularly difficult.
Perhaps, if you, maybe I can I try using my direction sense? And
Absolutely.
The success or failure on this. So instead of an int check, can I use my direction sense proficiency?
Absolutely.
And if this fails, I'm willing to concede that it's used. Yeah. So I think I try to use my innate direction sense. That way's north. How the heck are they going to how am I going to get lost in a maze? And the corn twists and turns and the path before me shifts. And I find myself thoroughly confused. What happens on a failure?
Yeah, so your first round, you make no progress through the maze. At the end of the round, you hear, only 4 rounds this year. I'm getting better. And continue forth through the maze.
Uh-oh. All right. And so in check is the standard?
Yes, in check is the standard. 15, you
Oh,
fail
God.
again, making no progress. The maze twists and turns, making it very difficult to find your way through.
Is it possible to get hopelessly lost?
If
or do they
you
just
cry
rescue
out
you?
for help, Merryweather will find his way through the maze and pull you out.
I think I kneel down to one of the dogs. I'm like, I seem to be lost. Remy, get us out of here. Can I do a wisdom check instead of intelligence to animal training the dog?
I think so. You are the master of the dogs. You've trained them very well. You were the first to master them.
There we go.
29. All right. You begin making progress through the maze. The dog.
Well,
He's
the dog
scrambling
makes
for you.
progress, and
Yes.
the rest of the pack follows suit.
Absolutely. You're a quarter of the way through the maze.
I'm definitely not beating what's his name, but
Oh,
32. Very nice.
Very good.
All right. You are more than halfway through the maze. 61% even.
I suppose I'll make in checks to find our way out. There's a failure, so that's like round 5.
Yep.
6 is a success.
6 gets you most of the way there, but you still have like a few percent left.
Oh.
And you make your way out 7 rounds in. You see,
natural 20.
yes, you see Drexel waiting for you. I thought I heard someone scrambling about in the corn. Look at you, Jasmine. A full 3 rounds behind me. Better luck next year. And he travels off.
Rook just kind of slinks off.
I
ignoring
lean
this guy.
over. Sorry, you're done.
You're good.
I lean over to the gnome as if he's at my same height and say, "This Drexel guy is driving me mad. We have to crush him." And I look down and I squat down and I lean over. Drexel guy is driving me nuts.
What are you good at, Koibu? Apart from being a nerd.
We're both fucking nerds. We're on the same side here. Jesus, I'm
Yeah,
probably
I
good at the
copied my
same shit as
spells.
you.
Make your own spells. That must take forever.
No idea. I'm 35 years old and I'm only a 3rd level wizard. It's because I've had to reinvent the wheel every single spell. It is almost not worth it to do.
Well,
Some might say it's a complete waste
though?
of time.
Why is it worth it? Are they good spells? Are they better than the normal ones?
That's not important.
Huh?
What's important is that I'm a self-made man, reliant on no one.
Did you? Where did you trade?
In my house? In the garage?
In the garage.
That is quite impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. Which one of these contests are you going to be good at?
Oh,
Anything
probably the
to
same
move
two
them?
as you. The maze and the stories.
You ain't got any spells
And the
to, like,
cheese.
move
I
rocks
can do the cheese.
or chase cheese?
I can chase cheese. All right, let me go do this maze thing, though. We gotta,
All right.
show up this Drexel
Let's
guy.
You're welcomed in by Merryweather, the little
I go
halfling,
too.
smoking
Yeah.
on his corncob pipe. He says, so far the maze has been cleared by 2 folks, 1 Drexel and 4, and your friend,
Yeah.
the ranger in 7. Care to test your intellect against my growing magic?
You go first, Koibu. I push him forward.
You, I think, are actually stronger than me, so I stumble forward, being pushed at my ankle. Right?
All right. Same go here. No, it's a race to get 100 progress with intelligence checks, unless you have some creative way you'd like to solve the maze.
Well, let me open up my non-weapon proficiencies here, see if I have any bullshit like Ryan. Is there water in this maze?
No, it is
Okay.
entirely a corn maze.
Great. And there's no written instructions on how to get out of the maze, right?
No. Merryweather simply says, find your way.
Okay, well, is this like you have to get in and out in the same direction? Or is it
You
all
have
the way through?
to exit out the back of the maze. You start where Merryweather is, and you'll exit out somewhere on the other side.
I have the precise memory trait, which allows me to remember fine details, but if I'm not having to retrace my steps, I don't think precise memory helps me get through a maze.
Doesn't sound like it. You might not
Yeah.
go down the same wrong path again, but you are susceptible to going down new wrong paths.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
then, it's just intelligence checks all the way.
All right. Let's see what you can do.
How tall are the corn?
The corn stands high, about 10 to 12 feet tall.
So will this work? Can I maintain concentration? Yeah. Oh no, but the radius is way too big. Okay, that's not gonna help me. So I'll just make intelligence checks. I thought I had a spells to solve this problem, but I think it would.
All
AoE's
those
too
custom
wide.
spells and defeated by a corn maze.
I just AoE continues to move with the caster. There are no living plants. Yeah, it's fine. I'll int check it all the way through. Here we go.
All right.
25.
25 is a success. You begin making progress.
Natural
Ooh.
one.
Ooh, you make no progress in round 2.
Yeah. I think I step in some dog poo or something, and I like stop in the tracks and like use some of the corn to clean off my shoes. And
Why is there
Little
dog poo in this
distracted.
corn maze?
How'd that
why
happen?
is there, Ranger? You didn't bring any bags with you, did you?
Oh, it's all natural. Biodegradable. It's good for the
Same for the
corn.
corn.
Yeah, it's great for
Yeah.
the corn. All right. Turned around a little bit, poo cleaned off my shoe. I'll continue through with a botch.
No, you lost
18.
again in
God
round
damn
3.
it. Fucking, I get pissed at this point. I know Drexel's going to beat me, and it's just irritating me to no end. So I will just march my way through, muttering to
All right.
myself about my Drexel's going to beat
Oh,
me.
you made it in the end.
This piece
25,
of shit.
29, 32. I think that leaves you just short.
Oh,
Yes.
how many points do you need? There we go.
Oh,
Oh, there you are. You clear it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, besting the mighty ranger. But you are still as you leave, you hear the telltale shouts and laughs of Drexel somewhere off in the distance. But
Piece of
you did
Okay.
not win the maze.
It's my turn to win this maze. Are you ready? Okay, so I crack my fingers.
All right.
I reach around in some pockets and I pull out the legs of a grasshopper and I cast the spell Jump on myself, which will last D3 plus 3 rounds.
All right.
So 6 rounds. I can jump 30 feet straight in the air or at an angle. So my intent is to just leap like a grasshopper through this maze and hope that I can just like whenever I can run straight, I will. But as soon as I get to a corner, I'm just gonna jump over and keep going straight.
All right. Then I will give you a choice of intelligence to make the correct decision in the maze, or dexterity to leap over portions of the maze for your checks as you see fit.
Well, I'll go with Dex. I feel like it should give me a pretty significant advantage, but I'll just roll some Dex checks.
All right.
33.
The first is 33. You make good progress leaping over the maze. You see this gnome just springing up over the maze after you, Koibu. It's just leaping and guffawing in the air as he jumps through it.
31.
31. Yes, you are 64% of the way there through 2 rounds.
Oh,
But you don't make any progress. You trip. You are so overconfident that a stalk of the corn clips your foot, and you, the gnome, just rumbles through the maze.
I laugh at this.
28.
28. You had 64, 84, 92. You're just shy.
God damn it, how did this motherfucker do it in 4 rounds?
All right. It takes you 5 rounds to make it through. Merriweather chuckles to himself at the end. I thought you almost had it.
I think that was 6, right?
Oh, was
No,
it 6?
6.
Oh, he failed in between. I missed
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
I walk out of the maze dejected, expecting this to work. I hang my head as I walk towards Koibu and I say, well, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah.
I told you that Drexel guy is very impressive. How did he do that in 4 rounds?
You just rolled 25s every time.
Bunch of bullshit is what he is.
Maybe we should steal something from him.
Yeah. Hey, that actually seems appropriate. I'm on board.
Yeah.
Let's
I look
see
over
if
it.
this.
I look over at him. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, let's see if this druid chick can figure it out. She can probably just like part the corn or some.
Oh, yeah,
Auto.
maybe she can do it. Okay.
If you are interested in attempting the maze, you may.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely interested in getting absolutely lost, Greg. We're doing it with the in-checks because,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Go
what
ahead
do-
and make an intech for your first round.
No.
31. It's a good
Yeah.
start. You're making good progress through the first part.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, but you get
19's a
hopelessly
fail.
lost in the 19. Yeah.
30.
You're 61% of the way there through 3 rounds.
Need another natural 20.
Oh, natural
Oh.
one. We're getting the full scale. Right. Oh, it's not looking good. How long does it take me? Let's see.
That's a success. That's 21. So you're 61, 82%.
No, that's a fail. That's a
Oh,
fail.
no.
That's a
You
make.
finally make it out. Rounds and rounds go by. Peasants pass you in the maze as you go through it. The com's like, oh, we beat the druid! Yay!
Exactly.
I don't think she did it quite
fail
good.
to be crowned a maze whisperer this day. Eventually, the next time you see Drexel, he's wearing a little crown with corn stalks on it.
What the fuck, Druid?
That's
Couldn't you just... Aren't you supposed to be one with the plants or some shit? Are you not that type of druid? Are you like a forest
Well,
druid
I
instead of a
was-
crop druid?
I thought I had it pretty well, to be honest. And then I kind of got distracted, and then I wasn't quite
Stepping
sure where
dog
I
shit
took the
too?
last turn. And then, I don't know.
I think
It just took a long time.
she likes the plants too much. Got stuck talking to them or something.
Fucking stoners. All right.
Mm-hmm. No, but look at Drexel. He's got a crown.
Stop
Maybe we could take
idolizing
that.
him.
No, maybe we could take it.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
then they'd think that we were the kings of the court.
I don't think anyone's gonna think that. Everyone knows Drexel won, whether or not he's wearing the corn crown. But
You're
it
smart.
would knock him down a peg. That sounds nice.
Which one is the contest next to the maze?
Sharing the on near the maze there is a bucking mad bronco that will has an obstacle course full of ropes and barriers, and there's low hanging branches of trees, trying to ride the bronco for as many rounds as possible
Through the obstacle course.
through the obstacle course. Yes.
So Rook has wandered over here and is looking
Mhm.
at this Bronco, trying to assess the creature.
Yes.
Does the horse look, I don't know, well kept? Is it just like a
It is very well kept. This is
Yeah.
the prize horse of one Lord Cassius of Steepwater.
Okay.
It is an incredibly large black mare. Rumors had it was his beast in his battles long ago, before he settled down and became a lord of the land. The beast is trained to not accept any rider but Lord Cassius, and so when anyone were to step upon it, it bucks and throws its
Okay.
weight around as best it can.
when dealing with a domestic or non-hostile animal, I can befriend it automatically. But it sounds
Ooh.
like this is a wild animal or an animal trained to attack. So it sounds like it is trained to
Yes.
not let me ride
It is trained to not accept a rider. That is
Yeah.
incorrect.
Well, why don't, before we go into this, we take our first break? For some pacing
Sure. Have we
breaks, if
been
you don't
playing
mind?
for an hour?
we
a
started
little
pretty
shy. We
late.
started a little late, but
Okay. Yeah, fine.
It's all right.
No worries.
all right, cool. We'll be back on the other side with a little bit more lag.